Alright, probably the most important video on this whole YouTube page, or at least to get you from a beginning guitarist to something a little more, is the F chord. Sorry, I guess I'm on 4 here. The F chord. This is our venture into the bar chords, which can open up the whole neck of the fretboard and allow you to play so many more chords easily and quickly once you get this fundamental down. So the F chord is the sense that uses your first finger to push down all the strings and then your other 3 to adjust some smaller things. So it's tip number 1. Is where on the finger do we use to push down the string? We don't use the bottom here. It's too fleshy and it's just not strong enough. Second, we don't use the side here, even though it's bony and not as fleshy. If you use the side of your finger, you can't get the rest of your fingers to use it. So what we do is kind of in between. So this area on the side here. So the way you can establish that is to put it over just any fret. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the 5th fret here. I literally lay my finger flat on the 5th fret, and then I slightly roll my hand back. Okay. And then I push pretty hard. Now the second is how to push. Here's something that's different too. Everything we've done so far has been the tips of our fingers. All right. This one you don't want to do this. I got this tip off another YouTube, I think, with it where if you push with your first finger up the top here, it's really hard for your finger to push back. I got more resistance pushing this way, and so there's not a lot of strength with the whole finger that way. But if I push here in the center, I've got a lot of pushback to that. So it's something I want to do to use that part. So the idea when you're pushing your finger down is not to focus on pushing your first tip of your finger down and laying the rest down, but pushing from the center here will give you a lot more strength. So when we're putting our thumb behind it, you want your thumb kind of there so that you're pinching in between those 2 fingers. It makes sense. You don't want your thumb up here. That's bad. And you don't want your thumb out here. That's nothing to push with. You're pinching right there, and you've got to pinch pretty hard. All right. So I would start with just doing 1 fret and really pinching down hard and see if you can get all 6 strings to be nice and loud. That's the start of that one. Now the next thing too is you notice the spacing of the frets are wider here than up here. So if you're really struggling with the F chord here, maybe move it up to the 7th fret. Move way up here to the 7th fret. Try it again where you're pushing everything down and then adding those fingers and see if you can get everything to work that way. And then slowly move it down until you can get down to here. Now another thing too is notice how my hand is underneath the chord. All right. Sometimes I literally feel like I drop my elbow towards the ground a little bit, not a whole lot, but it's to get my hand around because I want my palm way away from the fretboard. Right. I see a lot of people who put their palm back here. Well, now you're having to reach your fingers way around that you can't. So you don't want your palm touching the back of the neck. That's really hard to do. I can't make a chord work that way. So get your palm down. Like I literally see the whole back of my hand when I play this chord. Another problem I see a lot of times is people coming at an angle. It's really hard to get everything down if you're at an angle. So you want your hand right underneath it and your palm away from it. Should give you the best chance for success. Have a 2nd finger on the wrong fret, wrong string with that one. So I hope that helps you with the F chord a little bit. And then again, F minor is just lifting up that finger. For this first test, don't stress too much if your chord sounds like this. Has a lot of not sounds. This chord takes some time to develop. I've very rarely ever seen somebody that teach them an F chord and day 1 it's just great. All right, so it takes a while. So don't get frustrated with it. No, I'm not going to count off much of anything, if anything at all, if your F chord doesn't sound great. If your hand's in the right place, that's what I'm concerned about right now. And then down the road, we can adjust it and make it stronger. So we can start doing bar chords and get some other cool songs. So good luck with that.